building the first shelter. The first real storm caught Akshat off guard. Dark clouds gathered with little warning, and within minutes, rain pounded the forest, turning the ground to slippery mud and soaking him to the skin. His rocky overhang offered little protection. As he shivered through the night, he knew he needed something better, a shelter that could keep out wind and rain, and give him a place to rest and recover. The next morning, Akshat set out to build his first true home. He chose a spot on a gentle rise, far enough from the stream to avoid flooding but close enough for easy access to water. The ground was firm, shaded by a cluster of broadleaf trees. He began by gathering materials. Long, flexible saplings became the frame. He bent them into arches and stuck the ends deep into the earth, forming a dome shape. Cross pieces, woven through the arches and lashed with strips of bark, gave the frame strength and stability. Scientific note: Wattle and Daub construction. Wattle and daub is an ancient building technique. Wattle refers to a woven lattice of wooden strips or branches, while daub is a mixture of mud, clay, and sometimes plant fibers or animal hair, applied over the wattle to create solid walls. This method is lightweight, uses only natural materials, and provides good insulation against both heat and cold. For the walls, Akshat dug up clay-rich soil from the stream bank and mixed it with dry grass and leaves. He packed this mixture onto the frame, smoothing it with his hands. As it dried in the sun, the walls hardened, forming a sturdy barrier against the elements. For the roof, he collected large, waxy leaves and laid them like shingles, starting from the bottom and working upward so that rain would run off instead of seeping through. He stuffed gaps with moss and dry grass, making the shelter as watertight as possible. Inside, he built a raised bed from thick branches and covered it with a mat of woven reeds and pine needles. This kept him off the cold, damp ground and made his nights more comfortable. Scientific note: insulation and raised beds. Sleeping directly on the ground draws heat away from the body, increasing the risk of hypothermia. A raised bed, insulated with dry plant material, traps warm air and keeps the sleeper dry. Early humans and many indigenous cultures used similar techniques for warmth and comfort. The first night in his new shelter, Akshat listened to the rain drumming on the leaf roof and felt a deep sense of relief. The wind rattled the walls, but the structure held firm. For the first time since awakening, he slept through the night, warm and dry. He knew the shelter would need repairs and improvements, thicker walls for winter, a better roof, maybe even a smoke hole for fire. But it was a start. He had used only what the land provided, and it had worked. With every knot he tied and every handful of mud he smeared, Akshat felt a little more at home in this wild, ancient world.